Hey guys, welcome back to Uncle Robbie's Science Corner, and this is part 2 of The ICEMAN Cometh. Or maybe it's The ICEMAN Cometh Part 2. I don't know, but get ready for action! Hey guys, it's me again, and I'm back here working on the Iceman body again. If you remember our last video, we put the pickups into it. We got the EMG PJX set put in. Doesn't that look just special, huh? God, gotta love it. What we're gonna do tonight on this video, or today, or whatever, it's basically 10 minutes after the last video, but you guys are seeing it a few days later because I like to drop content every few days, you know. I mean, makes it more interesting for you guys this way. You know, whoo-hoo, you have something to look forward to, you know, when you check your YouTube every couple days. God, I look terrible. I'm out here. It was so hot tonight. Let me tell you guys, that cigarette's packed way too tight. I had rehearsal tonight, and it's been so hot around here. You know, just like, not hot, but humid, sticky. And it was just unbelievable. I mean, I sweat a lot anyway when I play, and I was playing with flux capacitors tonight, so I was kind of like, you know, in my zone, so to speak. But anyway, yeah, I got it real hot and sticky, so I just kind of slicked my hair back with its natural grease, and here I am. So anyway, what we're going to do right now is we're going to put the output jack on. Now, here is a little thing. It's called an electro socket. Okay, can you guys see that? Electro sockets, I love. They're really cool. They're for, okay, let me slide the camera down here. You would use an electro socket on a side mount jack, okay? And you can see I got my output jack from the EMGs sticking out the side there. And there is a certain way that you have to install this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom down here. Let me adjust my camera. This is why I miss my buddy John, because having a Cunningham cameraman just makes things a lot simpler. Okay, so I'm going to show you right here. This is the standard EMG output jack, okay? And I got it popped through that hole. Now, what happens is this has the nut on it, and this nut is what you would use if you were using, say, like one of these, like a flat jack plate, you know, like a square jack plate, which I actually did buy this because I didn't know if the electro socket was going to fit or not. The electro socket requires a 7/8 inch hole drilled in the side of the body, okay? Don't forget that, guys. There's going to be a quiz later, okay? It's a 7/8, and I can't find my cigarette that's lit. But anyway, it's a 7/8 hole, and it's really, I love electro sockets because you can see the depth of the thing, okay? So if it's installed correctly, the two little set screws are just there to hold it kind of in place. Really, it keeps from wobbling about because of the actual physical, you know, depth of the like basically the bushing or whatever it is. So I'm just going to show you how to install this. Not really that hard. Not that difficult, guys, okay? You want to take your nut off, and you want to save these nuts. Always save your old hardware, because you never know when you're going to need it on something else. Okay, now, the electro socket is threaded to fit this specific jack. Now, what you want to do is when you get an electro socket, you don't really need to get pliers or anything. You don't gotta totally grill it. Just a little bit of finger pressure. Okay, and that'll hold it in. And this is sticking out a little bit far, but that's okay. It'll give me clearance on my jack. And what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of get that situated back in the control cavity, okay? Let me get that there. See how it's situated in the control cavity, okay? I'm going to try and keep it from banging into anything. I'm going to have to move some, there you go, the wires around to the top. Okay? Then what we're going to do, and kids, remember, if at first it don't fit, get a bigger hammer. And I don't recommend doing this, okay? Because a metal hammer, I usually use a rubber mallet, but guess where I left my frigging rubber mallet? Yes, indeed, America, it's at my mother's house. I like to keep it a little bit off center too, when where I'm going to put the screws in. So, matter of fact, you know what? I'll use the wooden butt end of this to tap it in, okay? This way the guitar police won't be called on me for abusing this instrument. And it doesn't have to be perfectly centered or squared. Matter of fact, I like to keep it like kind of like on the 45-degree angle. This way, I don't think it's ever going to rotate. But, you know what I said? That's the way it went in. And like I said, on Uncle Robbie's Science Corner, there are no there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. And what you do then is you find your two wee little screws, and you can basically just, on this body, I'm sure this wood is soft enough where they'll just go in by themselves. Okay? And don't they just go in fine? I think this body is made out of some really softer wood. I think it's actually, this might actually be basswood, this body. And it is pretty light. I bought it because of the lightness, okay? And I'm just gonna take this other screw and put that right there. I'm really happy this body's coming together. I've been working on this. Actually, I bought this thing about 2 years ago. So now that it's getting all put together, I'm pretty happy. Because you know how I am here. When I get around to it, it's like really, I get around to it. A little bit of chipping in that finish when I smack that in. Not a big deal. But anyway, so there is the electro socket jack stuck in there, and that's really nice, okay? Next thing is, remember I said the red wires were the battery wires, okay? So this thing here is called the battery bus, all right? And bus just means it's where everything just gets stuck together, right? And you have each red wire is the power from the pickup, right? So I'm just going to attach them, going to connect them, and this is going to the battery terminal. You can see that's just a basic 9-volt battery. And you have 4 wires here, and you put them together like that, and kabing, kabang, kaboom, kabang, right? This right here is where I'm going to actually, now I'll show you, because Uncle Robbie is like the coolest dude in the entire world. This is the control cavity cover, which I actually thought I lost this, but I did find it. It was in the box for the Black Hip Shot tremolo that you're going to be getting very familiar with in my upcoming series. Maybe it won't be till the end of the summer, but those next that I did the unboxing of, they are going to be some humongously beautiful instruments. So what I'm going to do is just tuck my wires down in here, okay? And I'm going to, let's check that out, see? I'm going to tuck the wires down in here, and I'm going to leave this here, so because basically what I'm going to do is when I get the battery, I'm just going to tape the battery to the back of the control cavity cover, or even just wrap it in foam and just stick it in here. The reason why you want to wrap it in foam is so really thin foam too, is so it doesn't make contact with the rest of your electrical equipment in here. But for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these wires down in here, okay? As we can see. And I'm going to take my control cavity cover and put it there. And I have right here, these are the high quality screws I was talking about in my one video. They're from M. Laval Guitar Parts. I don't know where they are. I picked these up on eBay, but these are very, very high quality screws. These are not cheap, crappy pot metal Chinese ones. These are real good steel, probably stainless steel screws. And you can see how that goes in there, right? And that goes in there, right? You see? And this way also that I have this screwed into the bass guitar now, I'm probably not going to lose the control cavity cover anymore, although I've been known to do that from time to time in the past. So you can see how beautiful that came out, right? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay? So that's that. That's that. And now, well, since I got time, just real quick, these knobs, I'm not using hip shot stuff on this bass, okay? There is going to be no hip shot parts on this bass guitar, and it's not because I don't love hip shot, because you guys know how much I love hip shot. But this bass is going to get a shallow bridge, okay? These are actually shallow knobs, or maybe they're Godot knobs. They're the ones you get from Warmouth, but these are very high quality speed knobs, albeit very heavy because they're made out of steel, okay? The hip shots are very, very, very light. The O-ring knobs, and I did a review of them, you can watch that. They're very, very, very light. On this bass, not too concerned about the weight, because, I mean, obviously, there's going to be neck drop, but these knobs are really, really nice, high-quality knobs. They basically fit down. It's a 6mm shaft, right? Okay? And you want to take these baggies from the knobs and you want to basically throw them away because you don't want to like put them in your pocket, because if you do get stopped by the cops, this actually does technically count as drug paraphernalia, really. So if you have that in your pocket and they catch you with like a doobie, now I'm not saying anybody here on Uncle Robbie Science Corner smokes doobies, and I'm not saying that anybody who watches Uncle Robbie Science Corner smokes doobies, but as undoubtedly, we don't want to go to jail, because I love you guys, and I think our freedom, you know, of expression is much more important than, doing drugs. Anyway, so these fit on here with a Allen key, and God, I love my set of Allen wrenches. All right, here we go. Here we go. Get there, and I believe this is the correct size. Let's see if I'm right. Okay. Is it? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so these fit on with a, it's 050 116. So this is a 5/64 Allen key, or something similar. I don't know. This is not exactly a precision adjustment. Okay, so that's there. Let's get that there. So I kind of use these knobs as you know, the Allen key hole. I use that as like my reference point. So it's like when I see all three of them, it means all the knobs are completely up. And that's the only reason I do them all this way. Is if the Allen keys are all facing up to me and I can see them, that means that all my volumes and tone controls are on 10. So that's about that. Of course, doing it this way, I can't just spin the wrench. I gotta kind of do it that way. There you go. Nice and tight. Get it nice and tight on that shaft. Nice and tight on the shaft, right? I know, it sounds so filthy and disgusting. Oops, this one, a little bit too low. You don't want to have them so low that they're digging into your body. What you want to do is back them off a little bit. Okay, and lift the knob up off the body. Just a hair. Not too much. Because, there, come on, baby. Come on, baby. There you go. Just up a hair. There you go. So just so that the knob itself isn't like scratching into the finish of your guitar because it's like touching it. You know, you want to make sure it's not touching. That one's nice and close. This one's nice and close. The other one's nice and close. And I'm going to get that tightened up. That little rascal. Hey, if you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Hey. All right. And I got those three little rascals in there. So, I mean, how's that looking so far? It's looking pretty sweet, huh? So, always put your tool back into its correct slot because you don't want to lose it. Because I actually have about 15 sets of these things lying around that I can't. Hey, there we go. God damn it. Oh, my God. Like I said, There's no mistakes, just happy accidents here in Uncle Robbie Science Corner. So, anyway, guys, how's that shit look so far, huh? Pretty cool, pretty well, right? Look, I got the control cavity cover on it. This thing is coming together right nicely. These knobs are very smooth. EMG, the potentiometers EMGs use, very, very, very smooth. Looking really cool, black hardware. Like I said, this bass does glow in the dark. I finally got the control cavity cover on here. So, the next video, we're going to put on the bridge. I got the Schaller bridge, and I got some Schaller strap locks. So, I'm going to do a couple more videos reviewing the bridge and installing it, and then reviewing the new Schaller strap locks, which strap locks, big whoop, but you know what, these things are really cool, so I'm going to do a separate video just for the strap locks. Anyway, guys, you know I love you, and keep on rocking in the free world.